Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well, guys. In today's video is a comparison between my Chanel wallet on chain and my Chanel Loewe bag in the small size. And if you want to see more about these two beauties, please continue watching. But I thought to do this video because I think these two items are quite different and they're from different leagues of their own, but also they are quite similar as well. So this video is for anyone who is like deciding between or what to buy. Is it the wallet on chain or the Chanel small Loewe bag? So I hope this video is helpful, and yes, let's get cracking on this video. So first off, as we all want to see the size of the two, there is just a very slight difference in terms of size. As you could see, the small boy bag is taller than the wallet and chain. That's at least like 1 centimeter of height difference. If you put them in front of each other, there is a very small difference. It's not there. That's the difference there. That's like less than, I think, 1 centimeter as well. If you do have a PM agenda or a pocket size agenda, this is how the size like compares. And this is how it compares with a PM agenda and the small Loewe bag. And just for size reference, this almost, not really, but just a few like centimeters. But of course the agenda is quite tall. Okay, the closure on these two bags are different. The small boy bag is or has the push lock closure. Just push it and pull it back. While on the Chanel wallet and chain is a snap button. But they have changed this now. The newer version of this, or the updated version, now has a magnetic closure, which I think they addressed the common complaint of the Chanel wallet and chain is the fuzziness of the closure. Because if you have this version, you still have to feel for the like bottom bit there, which, I mean, takes quite a learning of how to lock the bag, which I think pushes some people in getting it. In terms of the leather, I recommend you guys go for caviar or the grained leather. I mean, this is a textured like leather, calf skin or goat skin, but this is in calf skin, and this in the caviar. The caviar on this is like that, and it's quite soft, and this is the leather on this. I'm not really sure what kind of leather this is, but I have seen people say that it's goat skin while other people say it's calf, but let's leave it at that. But I really like appreciate the leather of this because it's quite distressed, almost similar to the reissue, but I love it because, you know, the scratches is not too obvious if it's there, but I love it. It easily conceals any scratches or beauty marks on the bag. One major complaint I have with the Chanel boy bag is the chain, especially with the older versions, because the chain is not hollow, it's really filled with metal, so it's heavy, and that's what I have experienced as well. It can get very heavy. And also, one thing that drives me a little bit crazy is that there's two different like straps. We have the metal bit and the leather. Well, if you put this on an outfit, I think it clashes a little bit. I rather see like a full metal or a full leather, either of the two, because it looks more polished, and without the leather bit it looks chic and edgier. But I wish if the intention, see, it looks cleaner if it's just a one like solid like material. But I see why Chanel did this, is to make sure the strap stays in place of the shoulder. But that's just one complaint. But I love the intertwined leather chain with the gunmetal like hardware on it. It reminds you a lot of classic Chanel, but as maybe most of you know, they have changed the strap on the Chanel wallet and chain boy style. It's now the same style as the boy bag. I just forgot to mention this, but I just want to say that these adjustment notches, I mean, you can adjust it, but if you put this like hole in here to this bit there, this thing will just fly and flap around because there's no other like notches or holes in here, so you cannot stick it in place. I'm actually 5'6", so it sits just right above my hip. I think this is the perfect strap drop. And the wallet on chain. It's maybe at least 2 inches below my hip, which really sits quite low. And in terms of this comparison, I prefer the Loewe bag's length. It's just perfect. And this is what it looks like for the wallet and chain. But I mean, you can change the strap drop of this when you like intertwine, twist the chain like that, but it would be like too high in my opinion. It sits quite high, which I'm not much a fan of. In terms of like the price, this is, I mean, it just boils down to how much you want to spend on a bag. So this retails for 7,000 Australian dollars, and this retails for 3,400 if I'm not mistaken. It depends on what kind of leather it comes in, but this is twice. I mean, this small boy bag is twice the price of this Chanel wallet and chain. So Ooh, that's really a lot of difference. So you can get 2 of this for the price of 1 Chanel bag. Okay. In terms of face value, I think they have their own unique beauty, but I think the wallet and chain, I feel like it's much prettier. It looks more polished, in my opinion. I mean, it's like a diffused, like, boy bag. The CC is not too in your face. It's almost like 1/3 of the entire, like, CC hardware here. Which, if you're not like, if you don't want to flash it around, I think this is a good, like, alternative to the boy bag. Let's see what fits in these. See what fits in the Chanel small boy bag. This is what I normally like bring with me, but I could do with less wallets, I think. So this is what it looks like inside. It's just a big compartment. There's one slip pocket. There's one slip pocket there. So I'll put my card holder to the back. Key holder. My AirPods. I've got Snickers. Someone's calling. That's what it looks like so far. There's still quite a bit of space in here in this free bottle, but say this is like a sanitizer gel. Well, that barely fits there on top. And I don't think it can fit anymore. But maybe sometimes you might bring a hand cream that just fits right on top there. Not sure if you could fit that. Well, you can. Surprise. Well, I think this is where a big difference would be. Normally, I would maybe use just a card, like, or key holder to put inside, but sometimes I put like a real card holder in there if I'm a bit lazy to like transfer my stuff. But let's see if you're bringing a card holder with you. This is a little bit big, but you can downsize if you wanted. Oh yeah. So yes, there's one slip pocket there, the main like zipped pocket on there, and there's another like slip pocket behind it, and there's all those card slots there at the back, which I don't use. I think it's quite fuzzy because these things are quite tight and it's hard to pull cards out if you have this item stuffed. Right, let's try put that in. Card holder. It's getting tight. Lip balm. Sneaker bar. Another Snickers bar. Wait, where's my AirPod? There's my AirPod. Just put it on top. Yep, shuts. But it's quite bent on this side because there's not much stuff has been put there, but you can really store more in here if you're not to use a card holder, because this is a wallet and chain. There's a lot of slip pockets where you can just put all your cards and money. Okay. So we've got more room. Maybe we can use or bring a hand cream. Does fit. Lip balm. You can maybe put like a lippy or lipstick there on top there. It shuts, and yes, you can see that. Well, this looks much better, I think. So yeah, that's what. And sometimes I will just put like a most used card on the front there for easy access, but this doesn't have a back pocket, so okay. The difference in terms of what I could fit in these two, well, when I took this card holder out of my boy wallet and chain, I was able to put a hand cream, but I was able to put like most of them in the small boy bag. But that's not a big difference. It's just a matter of how much you carry with you. Well, I'm carrying a 11 Pro Max. Let's see. I'm sure this would fit easily on these two. That easily fits there. Jeez, but the wallet and chain, I just cannot express my love for it. I love this version specifically. This has like gone into different like variations. The flap goes all the way to the bottom now. They have changed the strap, and it's now the same strap as the boy bag with the leather and the chain strap. But if you're looking for something that you can use for every day, wallet and chain all the way. But I want to say that this is not for everyone. It's a wallet and chain. You can only use it for running errands. If you're going out for a long day, you might need to rethink that and go for something bigger. I would not recommend this like if you're going to use it for like a long day, because this is still quite a small bag. And yeah, it just comes down into your preference and what you would think of using that specific bag. So that's my comparison, guys. I hope it helped some of you guys trying to decide between the two, but I say these are two different bags or items. Well, technically this is an SLG and this is a bag. So, but there's not a big difference between the two. I would say if you're just trying to buy one, I would say go for the Chanel wallet and chain. But as I have said, these are different items or bags. And if you really want the boy style, I mean, of course, go for the small boy bag or the old medium one. I recommend the small size. I think it's the best size. It's not too bulky. It doesn't stick out of your body as much compared to the old medium one. I think the proportion of this bag is just perfect. It's almost like an in-between rectangle and a square-ish like shape. And yeah, I hope I helped some of you guys trying to decide. But if you have other questions that I have not covered here on this comparison, do let me know on the comments down below. Please subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and yeah, I'll see you guys on my next video. Stay safe, guys. Bye.